Hello there and welcome to a bit of Spyro to Ripto's Rage. In the previous part, we had managed to buy the swim ability, complete Colossus and Idle Springs, and now we're going to proceed with our exploration of the Summer Forest homeworld. So, let's have a look, shall we? So we need to go down into the water here. Now, speaking of water, I'm afraid I didn't see any comments for favourite underwater levels, but that's okay, I don't expect that many comments. And I should have actually perhaps set some caveats as well, because I mean, I know that the most common favourite underwater levels are going to be things like Bioshock, you know, but the thing is that with the thing with saying that Bioshock is like a favourite underwater level is that you're not really sort of subject to any of the underwater mechanics like swimming. But I can't believe I actually forgot another game that did swimming much better before Spyro 2, and that's Donkey Kong Country, which is of course everyone's sort of favourite. It's a very common pick for favourite underwater levels. So yeah.
You're well on your way, Spyro. Keep collecting talismans to help us defeat Ripto before he can take over Avalar. Oh, and keep collecting those orbs, too. The professor thinks they will help you get back to the Dragon World.
So there's something about the... I'm pretty sure this might be the US version, I'm not sure. I might have to go back to Gateway to Glim and just double check. But the audio engineering for Zoe's voice is a bit off, like it's a bit too fast in places. That, however, I don't want to just keep saying, oh, the US version is inferior, or anything like that. You know, oh, the colonies have got it wrong again, I say. No, I don't want to say it like that, but it might actually be that I've just skipped over the dialogue so much in the European version, Gateway to Glimmer, that I haven't quite noticed the differences in the voices. But yeah, like Zoe's voice is a bit fast and slower in places, a bit more higher pitched and less higher pitched in other places as well. So we got ourselves another extra life from that jar there. What's Alora got to say to us?
I saw something shiny at the top of this wall. You could probably get it, but you'll have to learn how to climb first.
Yes, as you can see, try it leaping onto it, doesn't quite work. Now I will need to speak to Hunter there. Oh, and by the way, when characters are sort of said what they need to, so like Alora will disappear when you have the climb ability. And I think Hunter will as well once you get the next
Your game camera is currently in passive mode. This mode requires you to control the camera yourself and moves more slowly. If you like, I can change the game camera to use active mode. In active mode, the camera moves much faster. Okay, all done. The camera will move faster now. If you don't like it this way, come back and see me. Or change it yourself by using the options menu.
Thank you very much, Hunter. I most certainly will. That's much better. Yeah. It's just that I don't have the analog stick to change the directions. So, these switches, nice very basic puzzle. You hit the switch, one door opens, one door closes. So, we're going to see here, there's a bit of a wall blocking our way. And if we go down this way as well, we'll sort too many bags in a bit. I just want to get all the gems so I'm not distracted. Let's see what Alora's got to say, because there is no switch for this door.
Hi, Spyro. This Talisman Door will only open if you have all 6 Summer Forest talismans. Once the door is open, Ripto and Crush will be waiting in the dungeon.
Excellent, thank you for the help, Laura. So yeah, so we can't get that door open until we've got all 6 talismans. So we know that there are 6 levels in Summer Forest.
Say, Spyro, you see this wall here? I bet you're dying to know what's on the other side. If only I had a few more gems, I might be able to remember how to lower the wall.
I think I'll pay 400 gems for that.
Yes, the sparkling beauty of those gems seems to have jogged my memory.
Eternal is the struggle trying to get over there and seeing what's going on. No, that ain't gonna happen. I'm sure other people might have tried it. I might be able to try from up there. We've been wondering, how do we get up there? Well, we're about to find out. I shall speak to Alora very soon. As you can see, this portal is empty. We're going to find out later why that's the case. Gems off the window ledge. Bit of a clue there as to what needs to be done here. So, we open this door here, and the one over there closes. There we go. So, how do we solve it? We can't charge through, can we? So, press this button here. Click on this ledge. Go around, and huzzah! I know I spend a lot of time, I guess, like, I have this sort of symmetry fetish, I guess. But the thing is that I do appreciate all the work that developers put into these, like, lesser-looked places, I guess. Probably because they had to, really, more than any sort of artistic
Nice work, Spyro.
integrity.
The orbs you're carrying have activated this special portal. You won't find a talisman in the Ocean Speedway, but if you're fast, you'll get lots of treasure. Have fun.
So we have unlocked Ocean Speedway. So this is going to be a bit of a change. Let's have a look at what happens here. Now I know, this is one of the earliest achievements I knew of for Spyro 2 Reignited Trilogy. It's if you go into the audience, you'll unlock an achievement for, well, misbehaving there. So, the layouts of the speedways are often such a way there's an obvious route. More so in Spyro 2 than, I think, any of the 3 games, really. And, also as well, you don't get gems for destroying the objects in Ocean Speedway, in the speedways. You get time. So you can see the corner, or actually you might not do because my camera's in the way, but I might have to move that to the bottom right, to be honest. So yeah. But yeah, you'll see that the timer goes up. So here, so I get 3 seconds for every boat destroyed. Oops, Days has missed him. And the speedway timers can be, for God's sakes, it can be a bit tight sometimes. Oh, bloody hell, how many have I missed? Oh, and if you go in the water, by the way, it's an instant fail, I'm afraid. So, what I tend to find is good practice is to go in the opposite direction of whatever moving targets. So rather than chase after them, they're basically driving straight into you. And that is all 4 targets required. So there we have. So, oh yeah, you get gems for destroying all of each target, so like 80 gems each, and then when you get them all in one, you get an extra 80, so that's 400 gems total. So we're going to retry, but this time the clock doesn't go down, so you've got plenty of time to explore the map and look around. Now, this doesn't really do anything, but I'm going to do this here. Oops, the days. Oh dear. But this is always good fun, especially destroying them for all the noises they make. Clear the deck, so to speak.
I guess now you think you're pretty good. Well, let's see if you're as good as the current champion.
Who is the current champion?
Alright, Spyro. Meet the course champion. In order to win the race, you must fly through all the rings. Beware if Hunter flies through a ring first. The ring will start to shrink.
So we know Hunter's in the race, but who's the course champion? Oh! So we're going to follow him around. And he does sometimes throw us through a loop. Or rather not through a loop, as the case may be. Sometimes it's a bit hard to track him. I've always had trouble with this. Oh, see, he's just gone down that way. I've got to get through there before the ring closes. Ah, damn, missed.
It's not as easy as you thought, is it? Are you ready to try again? Alright, Spyro. Meet the course champion. In order to win the race,
Oops,
you must fly through all the...
Yeah, okay, so we've already had that. We don't need to necessarily archive that bit of dialogue. Now, I do believe that Hunter is set to automatically go ahead of you, so if you try going ahead of him, I can feel a bit of resistance actually, like a visible wall almost. And he's also going faster as well, his animation is speeding up. Well, not his animation as such, but he is sort of being projected further the closer I get to him. Yeah, feeling that bit of resistance there. Like a hitbox or a invisible wall. Now, nothing says you actually have to fly through the wings. You can actually supercharge it if you so wish. Oh. And there you go. 20 rings done.
Great job, Spyro. That was some excellent flying.
I can't place this voice actor. I don't recognise their voice anywhere else. But then you didn't really have... I think around this time you didn't really have a lot of voice actors. Voices in games were, at least, sort of like multiple voices in games were quite new around this era. So yeah, then again, I think Insomniac could afford it after like Spyro the Dragon and whatnot. So, I'm trying to think what level we should do next. Let's have something that's a bit less watery. Excuse me, a bit less watery. Now, there's going to be a voice here that's going to be very familiar.
We've always had trouble with the gear grinders, but now they've set up force fields to separate us. If you can find diodes, you can use them to turn off the force fields. I think there's a diode around here somewhere, but my eyesight isn't what it used to be.
That should sound very familiar. I do believe that is the voice of Tom Kenny, and I think he also did the voice of Spyro as well in this game. The voice of SpongeBob SquarePants. Right. Now, I was talking about skill points in the previous episode, and skill points in this instance. So what we have to do is we have to destroy those windmills to get ourselves an extra life. So they're just destructible terrain. Nice and simple. Now, Herald is a bit of a complicated level in a way because there are a lot of little sort of hills like this where gems are hiding, and it's not as clear to know, especially without the map, where you need to go next to find like missing gems. So I do fully expect to be backtracking every now and again. Now, we can't go over to where that windmill is up there just yet. That's going to require a bit more platforming. So we need the diodes to pass these gates. That reminds me, save the game. I think we're also seeing one of the earliest forms of head tracking, or eye tracking there rather. Yeah, I think it's head tracking where like a character like looks in the direction, or like their head turns in the direction of point of interest. You see it a lot in like Bethesda games, especially. Yeah, it used to be creepy when it was in like its earliest phases of like PC gaming and whatnot. I have to admit, I like the weather conditions of Hurricos. I mean, for me, it's quite nostalgic because, like, British weather. Speaking of which, like, we had a I don't really want to be here just yet, but I'll collect the gems and then we'll do whatever. Are there any gems here? No, there aren't. I'll come back here later because there's an orb here. But yeah, it's like it is something somewhat nostalgic for me. But yeah, like yesterday we had a hailstorm. On the 1st of April, we had a hailstorm. We had snow. We had sun beaming. Crazy. Because it's a metal enemy, we can't flame it, so we have to charge it. But it is a smaller enemy, so there is that. But yeah, it's nice, and I like when games have like a rainy weather effect. Yeah, because like it's one thing to have like dark skies and whatnot, but to have raindrops. Yeah, I can appreciate why like this is a dreary level. For a lot of people, it's possibly like one of their least favourites. But no, I like it for it's very soothing. It's like I can just be nice and chill. Well, as much as I can be. You're gonna find out very soon why this level has no chill, as I believe the Greenland say today. I do believe that's the last diode that was needed.
Thank you, Spyro. You've deactivated all of the electric barriers. We've been guarding this talisman from the gear grinders. Please, take it as a reward.
Now, I'm not certain of this, but I do believe that the gear grinders are mentioned in Spyro and
You're always welcome to return to Hurricos, Spyro.
I've also got to do that old symmetry check. I don't know how I come across it. I really don't. A lot of this is accidental. I am actually curious to see what designs and patterns there are in the ceiling, and yeah. I'm glad to be surprised. So I do believe that I have the necessary souls required to use the supercharge here. So first of all, use them to destroy that. Oh dear, I've just remembered as well. There is a purpose to this, by the way. I've just remembered as well. I have to do Fracture Hills, which I'm not looking forward to. Not looking forward to one bit. Because of the supercharge there and all the gems, that might require a full damned episode. Now there is one more switch that's in a bit more of a tricky position. Do not let me down, controls. This is my preferred version of Spyro. If I had to play Spyro 2, I'd rather play this than the remastered version. No. Dead. It's getting really hard without that camera control. Oh, for God's sakes! I've not done a very good job of demonstrating the controls of this game versus the remastered trilogy, I don't believe. Right, that's better. Nice and clean. On the third attempt. So.
Spyro, do you see that big building over there? The gear grinders are using it to steal our electricity. Please help us by shutting down the machinery inside.
So, we have to use the fan blades here. Nothing ever so simple. So let's go watch these now.
Spyro, you've done well so far. You can have this little trinket for good luck. If you have any questions about shutting down the factory, just ask me.
Now, I did think that an orb was a bit generous for that little bit of platforming, but keep in mind as well that you had to destroy the windmills in front of the buttons.
The next glides get tricky. You'll have to use your hover maneuver to make them. Press the triangle button during a glide to hover and get extra height. Remember to press triangle when you are very close to the windmill, or you won't make it.
Just gonna wait for one to come near us, and there we go. Being cocky. Save! That's what happens when you try to act cool, John. Why am I trying to go for that one that's going away? I know that's not going to work. Dear me. Right, I might be able to get that one there. Yes! There we go. And now we have to leap over there. And now the level's all tying together. And because we destroyed all the windmills, we got the skill point, and I don't believe it mentions it in the guidebook yet. Does it? Ah, no it doesn't. But when you finish the game, or defeat Ripto, that's when you start seeing the skill point entry. Seeing if you got it or not.
Spyro, help! The switch to turn off the gear grinder factory is in that room, but, it's awfully noisy in there.
Now, if my darling Larissa is watching or listening, you may have noticed that this electrol is called Spike. It was of some significance to us.
You can have it if you want.
Thank you very much, Spike. I far prefer this one to the one Buffy. Yes, I've become a fan of Buffy. The past few years. An Angel as well. Yes, they're good. Right, so now if we wanted to go back this way, we can go down here. And around again. And we can continue on. Yeah, so we have at least one more orb to get. I'm not looking forward to this one. This one's just incredibly boring.
Gear grinder thieves keep taking our lightning stones. If you can replace them all and activate our generator, I'd be very grateful.
My pleasure to help. So, seems simple enough. Okay, that's one there. One there. Nice and simple. So we just got to put these stones into these bits here, and that'll power up this here. And when that's full, we get our orb. Seems simple enough. Right. Unfortunately, this is where this orb gets really obnoxious. These are the thieves. And they come along and steal the orbs. Well, I say that, they remove the orbs. So you have to defeat them as such. So now, all I have to do is just put these back in and attract them again. I'm not joking, that's the challenge. And this is one that I don't like. I'm trying to think of things like the top, like, worst orb challenges. In fact... Oh, excuse me, that's Discord pinging. If you could tell me, like, what is your least... If you could tell me what is your least favourite challenge in Spyro 2 Gateway to Gloomhaven. If you've played it before, then do let me know. Like Orb Challenge or... like, just think to get a Talisman. Then, yeah, do let me know. Be greatly appreciated. I imagine the negative stuff might actually get more comments, I'm not sure. Yeah, but this is... Okay, I think he's gone. Because this one is... It's not hard, it's just tedious. Like, I've already killed 7 out of these things, and they don't attack. There really is virtually no risk. Like, unless you're leaping about like that, trying to get out of the bounds of the map, whatever, then it's not hard. There's not much you can really do to die here. See, I'm gonna do all this and then... Thank God that's the last one. Does the challenge end when you destroy them all? No. That doesn't. So you gotta do this miserable task all over again. Like... What? There's another one? I mean, I haven't keeping count or anything, but they are in the corner. Right.
Thank you, Spyro. I found this shiny thing mixed up with our lightning stones. Please, take it as a reward.
Yes, thank you, Ampa. Like, I don't mind doing mundane stuff. I don't mind routine at all. I live for it. I really do. Just doing the same. I could do it. Honestly, you could pay me to sit at a computer pressing 1 and 0 on a keyboard for like 10 hours a day. I have no problems with that whatsoever. I don't mind routine. I don't mind mundane, boring tasks. But that just is miserable. I'd rather be in any other level. And I think that's the reason why I just like it so much. Because there's other better levels. That was one of my complaints about... I think they removed that cutscene or edited it in the Reignited trilogy, but I didn't really understand, like, was this supposed to be, like, they carried on the joke for far too long by slapping me into the ground or whatever. And, nah, I just didn't, nah, I think they killed an otherwise rather funny moment. Never mind, right, so going into Sunny Beach now. Ooh, just before I go, I'm afraid... Now, I have to say, I loved what they did with the Reignited trilogy, where they had, like, a glass dome above there. but unfortunately, it's just matte all over. It's a bit disappointing, but still, you can't win them all. But yeah, I like what they did with that, to be honest. That was good. It's amazing how they got that tree to grow in there without any light, but still. Perhaps the light comes to the portals.
Hi, Spyro. It's a good thing you're here. If you can help shepherd those baby turtles over there to safety, I'll be mighty grateful.
So, in order to do so, allow me to demonstrate. So, we've got a pad here. We stand upon it. The gate's open, but baby turtles won't go through, so we need these adult ones here, who handily find themselves on it when they're given a bit of motivation. So that'll stand there for the rest of the in-game session. So we've also got these crates as well that contain the turtles. However, we can't break them open yet. We're going to find out how to do that very soon. Well, I say very soon. I would like to get a lot done first. And that's what glass looks like in Spyro, so maybe it was a good job that there was a Teddy and the Summer Forest homeworld. So, I think that's all the gems there. Oh, hang on, there's some more there. No, got them all. Excellent. Now this enemy here has a bit of a shield. Oh dear, I'm not doing very well on that. Fortunately, the fodder back is up. Now, while Sparks is getting the butterflies from the fodder, he's not helping me pick up gems. So that's a consideration that you sometimes have to make. That if you want health, you have to wait a second or two. So where's this turtle? Here we go. I'm going to speak to this turtle very soon. Now, there is no turtle here, but we need to destroy that over there. So we can't rush over there. Flame's not going to reach. And this is where this comes in very soon. But we'll have to wait for it, I'm afraid. I might be able to get over there actually without the climb ability. Very cheeky indeed. I'll just get that enemy there. There we go. Now you don't need to kill all the enemies for any sort of completion reward as far as I'm aware. It is just the gems and the orbs. But of course, I like to be thorough. I've never really played the games without like trying to kill all the enemies if I have to go back for something. Sometimes it'll be like an orb. Like if I'm just after a handful of gems or something like that. See, it was kind of necessary to kill all the enemies in the previous Spyro games, like the previous Spyro, because they dropped gems. In fact, I think they do in Spyro 3 as well. So it is something of a necessity.
Thank you, young dragon. The baby turtles will be safe up here. Please take this talisman as a token of our gratitude.
Sunny Beach is one of my favourite, has one of my favourite talismans, rather. I might have to find something like that on Etsy, actually. Maybe commission someone to make them. Now, I don't have the climb ability,
There's a
so I can
chef
get up
at
there.
the top of this ladder who wants to make soup out of our baby turtles. If you know how to climb, you could get up there and stop him.
I'm afraid I don't know how to climb, so they're going to be turtle soup. Can't get out there just yet. There we go. So, we got to very quickly talk to this guy.
The water workers have boxed up most of our baby turtles. The boxes are incredibly strong. With a more powerful flame breath, maybe you could break them open and release the turtles.
So, this is the Superflame, which has a bit of a range to it. We can top it up as many times as we like. We haven't really freed the turtles there, have we? We've just sort of like took them out of their box, but they're still in that sort of cell. Dear me. Right. So while we're here. Oh, so close. I wasn't trying to get there, but I'll give it a go. So I'll give that a go later. And we know that the last one is in the previous area. And yes, you can use the Superflame Underwater, as demonstrated earlier. But we will again. And we're going to see it again later in the level. Oh, it also has a different animation as well.
Most impressive. Please take this sacred, thingamajig as a token of our everlasting gratitude.
I'm amazed that not only did they come up with all manner of different reasons for orbs existing in this game, they also did the same for eggs as well in the next in Spyro Year of the Dragon. So let's see if I can. I don't think I can get up there, but there was a way. I'm trying to remember how. Ah, so close. I know you can get up there without using climb ability, but never mind, I ain't gonna... I might try one more time. But I think I'll go for that furthest bit there. Ah, no. At least I got one of the gems though, so that's not too bad. Dear me. We'll get there eventually. But oh, you can just see a bit of the chef there. With his dinner gong. I think we're about halfway through this episode. I'm going to try and aim for about an hour and a half for each episode. Which does take a bit longer to upload and render. So I might change to, because I'm currently uploading MP4 files, but I might go back to Windows Media File, which isn't as great quality. See how I feel, because I do like the crisp video. So, that's pretty much those levels done. Now we've just got one more to do. That is Aquarius Towers. So we should have time to do this one, maybe Crusher's Dungeon, and perhaps even explore all of Autumn Springs. Autumn Plains.
The funny-looking guys with the shock sticks have drained all our water. We can't get it back unless someone activates the switches they're guarding.
His eye is going into his mouth. Clipping through his mouth. That's something I haven't seen in... you don't get that in games anymore, do you? So, the overall goal of this level is to bring water to the place. So, as you can see, we can't get up there until we introduce a bit of water. We can try fly up there, but ain't gonna make it. And if we want to use this up here, we're going to need some water. So it's all just gobbing all over the place, going but we need this lovely water with whatever the hell's on top. I don't want to think about that too long, to be honest. Moving swiftly on. Now we don't want to go down here because there are sharks. Horrible bastards. One of the scariest enemies in PlayStation history. Or as I like to think so, anyway. But I'm going to see how scary they are, because I do believe that you can get past them without moneybags as an aid later on. But we're going to see. Because there's something I want to try out. I want to see if it really does give back all 10,000 gems at the end. Sorry, I'm just whittling on, don't mind me. And you can even see these bottles that are meant to float on the surface. So, more water. What I hope is brine on top and not... Again, moving on. Now these are some of the easier to miss gems. I've always had trouble with these ones here, like that one there. And also as well up there. Which I believe is at the value of 5. I never like those crabs that sort of walk on the top there. They used to catch me out quite hard before. And unfortunately we have to deal with a rather unpleasant surprise. Here we are, here's Moneybags, who is going to try and persuade us to use the shark submarine to get past there. But I've got different ideas. See, there we go. If I don't stop... Ah! Interesting, okay, because the thing is that you could get past before. Let's have a look, because I'm not going to try and just keep cheesing this, but I do want to actually... Ah, no, they stop you. For some reason, I stopped the recording. I have no idea why, so I apologise for this being a bit all over the place. Interesting that you can't get past, so you actually have to pay. I know in Gateway to Glimmer that was possible, but I wonder if that was something that was...
than you look to get here.
changed.
All the same, you won't be able to get past the metal sharks up ahead. I suppose I could let you borrow my submarine, though. For a modest fee, of course. A pleasure doing business with you, Spyro. This submarine is 100% shark-proof. I guarantee it.
Better bloody well be. But yeah, it used to be able to get past them. Now you may be wondering about, well, how you must be able to, right? Because there's gems all down there. You're going to find out very soon why that's the case. Or maybe not so soon. We'll see. Delay on the attack sometimes. So you can't just spam them. You have to wait for it. Now soon, this entire level is going to be flooded. There's not going to be a single surface that you can't... In fact, yeah, the entire level's now flooded. There's not going to be a single surface that you can stand on. And if you replay the level, you have to start from the beginning, I'm afraid. So, let's go grab the talisman.
Our world is wet again. We all want you to have this talisman of Aquarius Towers to remember us by.
That's my pleasure. So, this is what we're going to use to destroy the sharks. And I haven't forgotten the old ones either. If I just destroy the submarine as well. Or not. Oh, damn. That wasn't very clever, was it? It's getting too close. The Herald of the Amethyst Drake moves in very strange ways. They almost look incompetent. Now, I'll collect the gems in a moment. Just want to destroy. And you don't have to pay for each subsequent submarine ride. You can get in as many times as you need to. I think it does take you back as well, if you take it there. And if you look on the bar as well, it's not a flame, it's some sort of circle as well, so it knows full well that you're going to be using it underwater. So yeah, the way it swirls around can make it a bit difficult to aim, but otherwise it's still a very powerful ability and shouldn't be underestimated by any means. Come on, Spyro. There we go. You may remember that there's some gems up here that I'm due to get. We couldn't before, because we couldn't reach. The water didn't go this far. So that's those got now. So, we now have... Oh, sorry, there is one surface that we can walk upon. Unfortunately, it didn't drown moneybags, but now you can't have it all. Now, they don't have gems in the walls here, but they do have these strange lights emanating from them. I genuinely do wonder if that was like for navigation purposes or something like that. Or like code for the developers. Yeah, where the red gem is, put stuff there. There's a patch needed in the green area. Unexpected item in the bagging area. Oh,
The water workers have kidnapped 6 of my children and hidden them in the tops of these numbered towers. I borrowed some explosives to blast the doors off the towers.
what? Where? Oh, I'm guessing it'll be the landlubbers,
If you can
won't
make
it?
it to the top of the 6 numbered towers, my children will be safe.
It's like, that escalated quickly, didn't it? I borrowed explosives. Like, where did he get them from? The King Bob-omb from Mario 64 or something. So these people in power, you gotta watch them. So I'm just gonna grab the gems and then we'll continue on our not so merry quest to save these children. Oh, 25 gem, that was nice. I think that's all the gems I can see for now.
I've been trying to tame my new pet manta ray, but he just won't obey me. Hey, you're just about the right size to ride on his back.
Okay.
Great. Hop on his back and guide him through each of the rings of bubbles as it appears. And remember, he's brand new, so try not to get him dented or scratched up.
This poor creature. But he would make another appearance in the other dragon, though. Now, you may notice, actually, that Spyro's trying to breathe, and that's because I'm trying to use my fire breath. So, charging doesn't seem to change his animation.
Well done. I suppose I owe you something for that. Here, take this orb. I found it in one of my flippers. Now that the manta ray's tamed, I'd love to get him into racing shape. Care to take him through a harder course?
Why not?
Okay, good luck.
So, I do apologise for speeding up there. I seem to remember the manta ray going a lot faster, so I just think you go Ocean Speedway again. So this doesn't look too hard, but you have to keep a tight... Like, you have to make quite tight turns. And sudden movements.
Incredible.
Oh. Sorry, skip that. So, we now want the doors with the numbers on, so I believe it's this one first. Go to the top. Save the child. Go to the next tower. Seems simple enough. Just to make sure the developers are getting their money's worth out of the budget for the level, they make sure that you go through the entire thing. There's no electricity in here, but there is a crap. See, it's not terribly hard a challenge, but the thing is, it is easy to like lose a lot of health to like one of those towers, and then you realise you've gone to the next one without any health. So which was this, number 5? Inside number 5. Lined up and got him. That's how we do it. Now, I want to go to the next tower. Right, I've just done this one. Okay, right, so I know where I'm going. Would help if I actually paid attention to the cutscenes, wouldn't it? I was just expecting to rocket out of there, but I forgot. Oh no, it's still covered in water. So now you gotta move quite slowly because the lasers are creeping up behind me. Flawless.
You did it! Now we can swim in peace. I heard that you were collecting these orbs. Please take this one.
I mean, I kind of need all 64, so if you can spare them, I could actually, you know, save the world and prevent this happening again. But no, now you just give me one. Well, thank goodness that's over. So we've done Aquaria Towers. In fact, I do believe that we've done all the levels in Summer Forest. Wave goodbye to this hellhole. I think that's one of the clever ones. The eyes are a bit of a giveaway, but then maybe that's the point. About half an hour left, I think. Oh!
Well done, Spyro. Now that you have 6 talismans, this door will open.
Woohoo!
Okay, Spyro, jump through that hole in the floor to get down to Crush's dungeon. I'll help you by tossing sheep through the hole if I can catch them. Good luck.
Now, it's not the fall that kills you. It's not even the landing either. It's if Crush or Spyro get you.
Before you get to the castle dungeon, Spyro, I thought that you might want to know how Ripto and his monsters arrived in Avalar. You see, last week in the winter tundra, the professor was working on some new super portal technology.
There. That's the last orb in place. Now let's see. All we need are some coordinates.
Yeah, how about 22475? That's my birthday.
No, Hunter, don't!
What?
Get off me! Get off me, you useless buffoons! Why can't either of you? Where are we? No dragons. Wonderful. Crush, go back and pack my bags. We're moving in. Say hello to your new king.
Professor, shut it down! Hurry!
Oh my, oh my! I can't see the switch. I think I've broken my glasses.
Crush, go through the portal, you idiot.
Tell all your friends to take the orbs and scatter them throughout Avalar, quickly!
No! Go! Crush! Get the orbs now! No! You despicable little creature! I'll kill you!
This is bad news for Avalar. Hunter, why didn't you chase him?
Yeah, I would have gone after him. But didn't he say something about not liking dragons?
Professor, could we catch a dragon to help us?
Yes, I think so. We'll need a world that has an alignment much better suited to intercepting one of these creatures. How about Glimmer?
Good idea. We better go right now.
That is a place that we will be going in a few episodes' time. So this is Crush. Very simple boss fight indeed. There's some fantastic audio. This is where things get a bit complicated. You see, now he's firing fireballs. This is some real top-end World of Warcraft Raider stuff, alright? Like, Mythic Raiders will be staying up all night learning the boss strats here. I say all night, all week really. Like, it'd be lucky if they got this done before the reset. Oh no, he's using both feet. And he's going to give chase. And he can catch up. Oh, that was narrow! Oh, didn't do that unscathed. Gotta hurry up though, because otherwise those shields go up quite quickly. I was lucky to get them. Let's see, his mistake is that he stops just before. I'm gonna stop being a sarky bastard. Oh, I thought he did a fourth one. Oh. There you go, that's Crush defeated, everybody.
No, Crush! You may have been able to defeat that simpleton, but Gulp will be more than a match for you.
Bring it on, Shorty.
Gulp, come here now! Destroy him, and make sure it's painful. What? The roof? Gulp, get me out of here! So long, dragon.
What a wuss.
That Ripto has caused enough damage. All his meddling has cost me a fortune. If it wasn't for Spyro, I'd be bankrupt. If Ripto were here, I'd give him a piece of my mind. In fact, I'd give him a lot more than that. I was a champion bantamweight boxer at university, and I still know a few moves. Take that, and that. Boo. Why you?
So here we are in the second homeworld. Autumn Plains, where we don't get an introduction from Allura. This is only one of the 3 homeworlds where we don't. The music is breathtaking. So you'll have to bear with me as I navigate this place very slowly. I daren't even charge. It's astonishing. Autumn Plains is easily like one of my favourite homeworlds in the entire Spyro series, but I don't like a lot of the levels here. I really don't. Yeah, and if I did like a top 10 levels of Spyro, it would have to include like one level from each homeworld. Now, Alora isn't going to be here if we get enough gems to power this up, I think.
Well done, Spyro.
Oh.
The power from your orbs has
Gems
activated the
orbs,
whirlwind.
sorry. So that's the last time we're going to really see Alora at this point.
Ripto keeps on taking over our castles. At this rate, moving doesn't sound like a bad idea. Ripto keeps on taking over our castles.
So, if we move away from this sort of area, Alora will disappear, because her hints are no longer necessary here. Now, I don't want to buy access to this portal just yet for moneybags, because I'd rather use the gems to buy something else. It's going to be far more useful. In fact, we could possibly even use a little bit of this episode to clear out one of the levels there. Because I would like to get all of Summer Forest done, 100% completed, and then we can move here. Oh, now, this is one of the portals back to Summer Forest. One of these will appear in the next homeworld too.
Well, I bet a rich dragon like you wouldn't mind cashing in a few gems to learn how to climb. I'd be willing to teach you for, say, I don't know, a small fee.
500 gems is indeed a small fee to learn how to climb.
You won't regret it. Okay, when you see a wall surface that looks climbable, like the one to my left here, just jump onto it, and you will grab it with your claws. Use the D-pad to move up and down, and press jump again to get off. You can also jump sideways onto another climbable area.
There we go. Just like that. Nice and easy. We can just go up and down, left and right. Like so. We don't have to jump if we don't want to. But we can. Okay. Nice and simple. So now we are into the second tier of Autumn Plains. More gems in the walls.
Oh, Spyro, hello. I was just having trouble with this door, and I think some orb power might unstick it. I see you've collected a good number of orbs there.
There we go. So we've got orbs to open the door. And again, the professor won't be there. But yeah, the professor's usually there when it comes to like having enough orbs to... so like he's usually like the orb guy. But then again, we had orbs for the Willy Gig as well. So now this little bit here as well is going to require some funding as well. But that might be one of the last places we go, because that's not really necessary for our goals. This wall is going to come into question very soon. We'll talk to Alora here. Just see
Hi,
all the hints.
Spyro. Ripto and Gulp are hiding out in a room in the castle below us. You'll need all 14 talisman in order to break the lock and get to them.
All 14 talismans. So, talismans in total. And by the way, as well, there are 3 homeworlds in here. There is no spring homeworld. Which some people are actually trying to make it as like a sort of fan project.
I would love to let you enter this speedway free of charge, Spyro. Love to. Unfortunately, the speedway rules require me to charge a small fee.
100 gems is a very small price.
You've chosen wisely. I bet a quick dragon like you will win your money back in no time.
I mean, even if you just do one of the objectives, you've already won back 80 gems. 2 of them, 160. Yeah. So, we're going to destroy this wall and find our way through here. And here, you may notice... Not yet. You will notice soon. The Howling Winds. To demonstrate the highest point in all of Avalar. Well, besides those mountains in the background. The highest point that you can reach in Avalar, perhaps. I wonder how high Winter Tundra is, though. I wonder if Winter Tundra is actually over there, in those mountains. Now, there is a point to this, because you may be able to see that little island over there. We're going to be going there, yeah? Going back to what I was saying before about the Spring Homeworld, that is like a fan project that's going on. There's lots of different Spyro 2 projects that people are trying to make, without, of course, drawing the ire of Insomniac and Sony, and no, sorry, not Insomniac and Sony, Activision Blizzard, and perhaps even Microsoft as well. Now that they've been acquired by them. But yeah, it's like we're looking for voice actors as well. I was really hoping to sign up for it, to be honest, because that's very much my thing. Along here, there's another orb. In fact, that's the 2 orbs that there are. Now, there are indeed 14 talismans in the entire game. So once you've got those from the Summer Forest and Autumn Plains, well, that's it then. So what happens in the next homeworld of Winter Tundra? Well, what happens there is you only have orbs to get. Orbs and gems are your final collectibles, which are then required to unlock the doors to Ripto's arena. You know, it's probably not a good thing. It probably means I'm lacking sleep, or I'm going to bed too soon after screen time, but I did actually dream about Ripto's arena yesterday, the fight there.
I can let you into the little castle over there in exchange for a few gems. What do you say?
I managed to get 3 red orbs and 3 blue orbs without Ripto stopping me at all. And yeah, I think I had like 6 phases in my dream as well, so which isn't far off from the original, I suppose.
No one's been through that portal in years. I thought I'd never find a sucker. I mean, you're a shrewd customer, Spyro.
There we go. Another level unlocked. This one takes us to Shady Oasis. I think if you go back far enough, the portal... I was going to say like the backdrop behind it doesn't appear, but it appears to. So, we're going to continue on our little path to the final place to purchase, and then we're going to go back to Glimmer, and perhaps wrap up affairs there. Oh, I already seen it there, haven't I? I do apologise. But yeah, like this is a really nostalgic experience for me. I can never get enough of this game. And I appreciate like too much of a good thing, but I haven't had this good thing in
Legend has it
quite a
that
few
there is
years.
a portal to Zephyr here, and legend also has it that I know how to activate it. Furthermore, as I recall, the legend mentioned something about me activating it for a small fee. Thanks for the gems, Spyro. With all this cash, I can open a lizard burger shop in Skelos Badlands.
I do love the references to other levels. It's quite common in this one because Skelos Badlands is there, and Skelos Badlands is also referenced in this level here in Crystal Glacier. But we're not going there just yet because we're going back to Glimmer. Twilight Harbour as well, references to Zephyr. There's a lot. Now we're missing an orb from here, and we're going to find out very soon why that is. You know, it's taken me a while to notice, but that book on the loading screen, I imagine, is a reference to the guidebook. Or the Atlas, as I think it was called. No, I think that's the third game. In fact, I think in the Game Boy Advance games it's called the Atlas. So, here's Laura again.
There's something shiny at the top of this wall. Maybe you could climb up and get it.
This is the last time we'll see a Laura here as well, because... we've got now all 4 gems, orbs, and... Nope, still standing. Oh, she's just disappeared. So I think she remains there until you get the orb. Now, back to... oh, I just thought, we can go this way, or we can go back to the boss. Oh no, we need to stay here, don't we? Sorry, I'm asking about. I was going to show off the portals again near the boss, because there's essentially like 2 parts to every hub, and you can either go near the boss where the portals are, or you can go into like the first area of the level. Here, so it shows us autumn plays. So, however, we need to go to Glimmer if we've got time. We do. We've got time for Glimmer. We might even have time to finish up everything here. Oh no, Alora's still there. And she will be there even after you've completed the game, I've just remembered. So, Glimmer, 1 orb is missing, so we are going to go and sort that out. This is only a very quick and easy one. The turtle soup one, on the other hand, I'm not quite sure. So we don't need to go past all this. Merely enemies are teasing Spyro until they realise it's what I mean. So, now we need 10 souls. Flight ability here. So, how silly of me thinking that we could just play the game now. No. I like that there is actually no impact, so you can just go through them all. And those bigger enemies, I believe, are actually just a reskin of the gear grinders with the spanners. Or wrenches, or whatever they were using. With some variation on animations. One more enemy. So, we know enough.
Head on up the ladder.
Thank you. That's what we like. Now, even with the super flight ability, we can actually stop and land if we so wish to.
Thanks for helping me light the lamp, Spyro. For a while, I was afraid we were going to have to cancel tonight's baseball game. Here, somebody mix this orb in with a baseball.
Perhaps these guys are a reference to a real baseball team. The Harlem Gem Cutters or something. I don't know. I don't understand baseball, American sports in general, really, or sport in general, so... Yeah. Now, unfortunately, I can't take this ability elsewhere. If I try to leave this cave, this time is going to run out very quickly. Oh, maybe not. Oh no, sorry, my flight was limited anyway. So, still missing some gems though. And no small amount either. Now, this is the first time I've ever been puzzled about the loss of gems here, so I'm going to have to look around a bit harder, aren't I? Just kill him because he looked like a prick. Moving on. Not where I think. Oh, you are joking. Round here. The first place I always look. But that's not all of them, though. I swear I've got onset dementia. There's no other explanation. Like, I would sooner forget my name than I would the location of gems in a Spyro game. Hidden down here? I haven't actually gone mad, have I? Like, nope. No, you know what? No, that's. Don't answer that. I have definitely gone mad. I've gone completely bonkers if I can't find 2 gems in a Spyro in Glimmer of all places, the easiest level in the game. I haven't missed them up here, have I? Like, I know I don't need the third ability. I don't even need the first one. This is bad. I'm so sorry, everybody. I think I might actually have to stop this series because I'm not worthy to play the game. When I forget where 2 gems are in this map. They were this far from the entrance. How on earth did I forget that? How on earth did I miss that? I tell ya, your old Bonne was going crazy. Right, I think this might actually be an appropriate time to cancel the rest of this episode. I'm going to quit it there. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll just line us up in front of the next place so I know where we're going next. But yeah, tell me, if you can, your least favourite, and it was, I guess, bonus points as well for your favourite challenge for getting orbs in Spyro 2, if you can't think of it. Favourite challenges in Spyro 3, maybe. Yeah, something like that. Just put whatever you want to, really. I'm not your boss, obviously. Yeah, do whatever you like. I can't stop you. You're not a number, you're a free person. So, I've got 2 orbs to get there. So that is where we will continue. So thank you everyone for watching. Take care, and ta-ta for now.